Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Trek, where I'll be talking about and reviewing an episode of the original series, The Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, or Enterprise. Today, I'm looking at The Blink of an Eye from Voyager's 6th season, or as I like to call it, that time Voyager influenced an entire civilization. This episode was requested by Hiroshi the Dog and Tim Forston. Thank you both for the suggestion, and let's get going. We begin the episode with, ooh, what is that? I want to touch it. The crew have never seen anything like it either, so Janeway suggests they go nose at it, but they hit turbulence and their engines cut out as they're pulled towards the planet, which acts as a tremor and appears as a bright star to this ancient civilization. And into the credits we go. The people herald the new star as a god and think it must be jealous of the food offering they made to Tahal, a different god, so they get to building an altar to the ground shaker. Voyager is well and truly stuck, so Janeway and Chakotay visit Seven of Nine, who says they're part of the planet now, which is causing earthquakes, and 1 second on Voyager is 1 day on the planet. So Chakotay doesn't want to stick around in case they sink too far and get affected by the time difference.
Unless we want to live our lives in the blink of an eye, I suggest we find a way out of here.
B'Elanna reports that interference from the planet means they're not getting warp drive back anytime soon, so Chakotay suggests sending a probe, to help them get out of there. But also, he's a big anthropology nerd. Down on the planet, the people are trying to send the ground shaker a letter, but this old guy thinks it's nonsense. However, there is some merit to the name their ancestors gave Voyager, as the earthquakes have continued throughout history. This guy theorizes that there are people living in the sky, with each star representing a city, and Voyager rules over them all. Hence the letter, which is written in English for whatever reason, and sent up in the balloon. The probe sends images of the planet developing, but Voyager is still causing earthquakes, which is why the people down there are more advanced at this stage, because they're having to adapt, and down on the planet, they're being spied on as the people are trying to communicate with them. They discuss their theories about what Voyager is, and if there's anyone home, when they're hit with another quake.
If there is somebody up there, they don't like us very much.
But this guy thinks they're not doing it on purpose. With nothing but their beliefs to hold on to, the men try to talk to Voyager, but it only comes through as a high-pitched noise. But with some beep booping, they're able to listen to a passionate speech, which for some reason makes me tear up a bit, probably because he'll not get a response in his lifetime. An argument breaks out over whether they should contact the planet or not. Tuvok says no because Prime Directive, Tom says yes because they deserve answers, and Chakotay says maybe because it could help them find a way to break orbit. Janeway says no one is to go because of the time difference being pretty fatal to everyone, but the doc points out he'll be just fine, so Janeway agrees as long as he doesn't talk to anyone, and Chakotay locates a good spot for him to go and explore. B'Elanna tells the doc that she's made it so he can change his appearance to blend in.
What if they're big purple blobs of protoplasm?
Then you'll be the best looking blob on the planet.
And Janeway says he's got 2 days to explore and gather intel before they bring him back up in a couple of seconds' time. He's beamed down.
1, 2, 3.
But something goes wrong and they lose him, so Harry furiously scans for him before Chakotay suggests they look for the planet's musical hub. And sure enough, they're able to find him and bring him back up.
Captain! Lieutenant! Oh! I thought I'd never see you again.
It's been over 3 years, but he only had to look up to know he hadn't been forgotten, and tells them what he learned during his time down there.
Darek would go on and on. Skyship this, skyship that.
Including a war that broke out, and says that Voyager's presence has inspired everything about their culture, from religion to toys to music, composed by the Doctor's lady friend.
3 years is a long time, Captain. One needs companionship.
The Doctor has memorized a bunch of information B'Elanna is going to download from his program, but he warns the captain that down on the planet, the race is on to build rockets to reach Voyager first. Naomi comes to bug Seven, but she's kinda busy as they attempt to break orbit. However, they're forced to abort as they cause damage to the planet. Presently, 2 astronauts approach Voyager, but lose contact with their people, so without any orders, they decide to dock and take a look around. The lady astronaut doesn't feel very well, but they push on, and in engineering, they find time going very, very slowly, with the guy also feeling the effects. He wants to leave, but the lady pep talks him into staying, and they make it to the bridge where they both collapse and are noticed by the captain and taken to sickbay. Unfortunately, the lady didn't survive, but the dude will be fine thanks to the Doctor's time on the planet, and he wakes up where he understands about the time difference.
You really haven't been watching us for centuries.
Actually, we just got here.
and Janeway asks him to help get them away from the planet. He tells her how much Voyager has influenced his life.
Star of the night, star of the day, come to take my tears away.
And he's excited he's been able to visit and nerds out with the Doctor over the sports played on the surface, and it's really adorable. He then has a cute conversation with Seven of Nine as he updates the information the Doctor obtained about the progress of his civilization. And speaking of, Seven detects them experimenting with warp drive, and then moments later, Voyager is under attack from their latest invention, nuclear torpedoes. The guy apologizes for his people being dicks, and with the shields failing, Janeway says he can help by going back and explaining the situation to them. Oh hey, Ayala! The Doctor prepares the guy for the time shift and asks him to find out what happened to a boy named Jason, his son. What? We're just gonna gloss over that one then, huh? The guy heads back and pleads with a very confused lady over the radio to help him, while Voyager's shields go down. And with over a year passed since his return, 2 devices appear and drag them out of orbit. The guy comes to say goodbye with his new wrist technology, and now an old man, he sees Voyager leave forever. God, this episode is so good! I mean, it's not amongst my favorites, but every time I rewatch it, I remember just how damn good it is. Star Trek is all about exploring, seeking out new life and new civilizations, but what an amazing and unique opportunity to watch the development of an entire world across thousands of years. Their presence was unintentionally a textbook violation of the Prime Directive, but it makes you think about our own history, our own progress, and what inspired our ancestors to discover, invent, explore, develop. I really don't have much to say. This episode is so well crafted, so well told, acted, researched. It's no wonder it's the highest rated Voyager episode. And essential viewing, not just of Voyager, but of Star Trek in general. There is one minor thing I noticed. The time difference was inconsistent throughout the episode, and I'm still confused as to how the Doctor had a child, but nonetheless, an outstanding episode that everybody needs to see for themselves. So there you have it. That was The Blink of an Eye. If there's an episode of Star Trek you'd like me to cover, pop it down in the comments below or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want to be assimilated into my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and live long and prosper.